We gave you a glimpse of all the hard work it takes to run a farm. You know, Jeff and Julie Braune so often don't get to reap the rewards of all their hard work. Which brings us here to Stoneburner Ranch in Wimberley, Texas. I'm honored to be here with my friend Chef Tony Hernandez from Bliss Restaurant. Thank you so much, Tony, for being here.
It's a pleasure, Mike.
We're here to prepare a wonderful meal and give them a glimpse as chefs the inspiration we received from the products that we have. You ready to get to work?
Let's do this.
All right. You know, this morning when we were walking through the farmer's market visiting the Braunes at their farm stand, it was amazing to see the variety of produce that they actually produce on their farm. And like we said, with all raw product comes inspiration as chefs. I noticed that you picked out a few products. What inspiration did you receive from our walkthrough this morning?
This Texas heat, summertime, I wanted to do a cucumber salad, something really refreshing. So basically what I have is a little dehydrated lime, salt, a little bit of white balsamic, red wine vinegar, a little bit of white soy.
And for those that aren't familiar with white soy, can you explain a little bit about it?
Yes, it's basically fermented soybeans, and then basically what it is it's toned down soy, okay. Really refreshing.
So we're looking for a little bit more delicate notes.
Exactly,
in this dish.
exactly.
All right.
And then some fish sauce, a little bit of toasted sesame seeds, a little bit of tomatoes also. So basically what I'm going to do is just toss a little bit of salt.
Now, some people, you prefer to salt them before? Is that to extract some moisture out of the cucumbers?
Yes,
I don't know if anybody saw that these are very flavorful and very juicy.
Exactly. What I want to do is kind of form a dressing, basically because I'm going to be deep frying some red snapper, and this is cucumber salad. It's going to go right over the snapper.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Yes. So a little dehydrated lime, about a tablespoon of white balsamic, a little bit of red wine vinegar. And this is going to be the, what is this?
That's
white
the
soy, white soy,
to.
yeah. Fish sauce right here. And then some tomatoes.
Now, those are the acidic cherry tomatoes that we tried. While we were out on the farm, they offered two different varieties of cherry tomatoes. One being those porter cherry tomatoes, which are the alkaline tomatoes, which offer a little bit less acidity. We're going for a little bit of an acidic punch in this dish, correct?
Yes, exactly.
All right, so we use the more acidic cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, this is going to be high in acid, very high in acid dish. And then I just drop some cilantro leaves in there. Give this a nice little toss. And this is it.
Now, is this going to be served fresh, or do we need to let this sit a little bit to marinate?
We're going to let this sit for maybe 10 minutes at the very most.
Out on the counter, or do we need to put this in refrigeration?
Let it sit out at room temp, be perfect.
That sounds amazing. And this is going to be all the beautiful garnish salad on top of that beautiful fried Gulf snapper?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yep.
You know, also looking through the farm stand, the dish that I'm going to prepare for you all today, I was really inspired by the Globe eggplant. There's a multitude of varieties of eggplant, Asian eggplant, and they offer these American Globe. And this is a picture-perfect example of what a beautiful all-natural eggplant it looks like produced right here in South Texas. And some of the other inspiration I got, he was using red onion. I love these sweet yellow onions that they're producing. They have so much sugar in them, you could literally eat them like an apple. And like I was telling you, I'm using these porter alkaline tomatoes. They're alkaline because of the soil composition that we discussed, which allows us to have more floral notes, allow us to taste the sugar without an acidic punch right in our face. They also had those jalapenos and banana peppers that I was looking at, and the first thing that came to mind was making a beautiful peri-peri sauce. For those of you that aren't familiar with peri-peri, they make a variety of it in Portugal and South Africa. I'm doing this one a little bit on the sweeter side. Most of them in South Africa are they prefer the heat. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flash frying these eggplant, then wok sauteing it with the peri-peri sauce and these beautiful sweet yellow onions. You know, they were nice enough this morning to let us get first pick of any of the vegetables that we wanted. And when I was walking by, you know, I just couldn't resist picking up these zucchini and yellow squash. And you know, Tony, sticking with this theme of summer and bright notes, one of my favorite dishes to make is grilled zucchini and squash with a nice citrus vinaigrette. So I'm going to have you help me out real quick. I'm going to use a little bit of some limes and some lemon. We can get some of that juice in there.
Sure.
You know, some of my other favorite things to use in the summer are the different multitudes of cheese. Usually cheese is kind of heavy on the palate, but we have this beautiful ricotta salata that we're gonna, you know, just shred or crumble over the top of it. We also have a little bit of rice wine vinegar, because I like to also balance out a little bit of acid from citrus, which is actually alkaline, with some acidity from the vinegar. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that in there. Of course, a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. We have some chives, which I love. They're a little bit subtle, so that way it doesn't affect the taste of the citrus dressing that we're about to make. And Tony, I'm also going to put you to work again and have you chop these up as soon as you're done with that.
Not a problem.
I love parsley. Nothing is more refreshing on the palate and the cleansing power of fresh Italian flat leaf parsley. So we're going to throw a little bit of that in there. And then after we grill off the zucchini, we're going to have these beautiful scallions that we're going to slice to garnish. So just recapping while he's making that, we've made the beautiful Thai salad that Tony just demonstrated for you. We've done all the mise en place work, which is just prepping and assembling everything beforehand. So the zucchini's cut, the squash is cut, we have our eggplant cut, we have the peri-peri sauce made. All that we need to do is really just get outside, fire up the grill, and get that snapper in the fryer.
Let's do it.
Are you ready to start cooking?
Let's go.
We brought you all together here today to show you that your hard work isn't unnoticed. Every chef is inspired by the products that they have to work with, and you've inspired us to create a 3-course meal for you tonight. It was a wonderful experience to come and visit you at your farm and see how everything has grown and actually see where things come from the ground up. We prepared a 3-course meal for you. First thing that we wanted to utilize was the yellow squash and zucchini. It had such vibrant flavor that we didn't want to take away from it by being too busy. So the first thing we did was grill it off simply with a little bit of salt and pepper, had a little bit of olive oil and canola to allow the natural flavors to shine through. We tossed it with a little citrus vinaigrette in tribute to summer, and then finished it off with a little ricotta salata. The last thing that I did was the second course. We used your globe eggplant and your beautiful okra. We wanted a little bit more floral notes, so we topped it off with a little bit of watercress. This was flash fried and topped with a peri-peri sauce, which we made from the jalapenos and banana peppers we picked from your property. All of this is rounded out by the last course that Chef Tony Hernandez from Bliss created for you all.
So what I have right here is deep fried snapper with a little Asian salad, basically utilizing your tomatoes, cucumbers, red onion, and some dehydrated lime. Y'all guys enjoy.
We know you're all hungry. Let's get to the meal.